This is 88.5 NEPM. I'm Nirvani Williams. The Truth Tellers Theater Ensemble in Holyoke works with young kids to older adults who have lived experiences with foster care, kinship care, and adoption by helping them express and share significant moments from their lives. NEPM's Media Lab youth media producers interviewed two participants of the program to learn about the value of expressing vulnerability through art.
Welcome, Mishie and Jenine.
Thank you, Odyssey.
Thank you, Odyssey, for having us.
Tell us what makes Truth Tellers unique and how is working together with different age groups beneficial?
I would say quite literally the fact that we're an intergenerational space is what makes us unique, and the aspect of that we honor that from top to bottom. We honor the young people, we honor what they bring. We also honor the deeply rooted relationships that they build with us as elders and just like peer mentors or just mentors in a sense, which unintentionally becomes a relationship we build with them as family. But I would say that in particular makes us stand out because the process in which that we're writing too is very intimate. So there's like no way to kind of like hide who you are in the process of like going through and writing our scripts or doing exercises together. And I feel like that level of transparency and vulnerability is really, really key. And I have definitely seen that this space is particularly different and special because you're catering to so many like really beautiful souls and you're growing and healing with one another. We're talking about trauma. There's no way to hide from that or like make it very pretty. Sometimes it just needs to be raw, sometimes it needs to be heard, and we create the space for that in a way that doesn't feel extractive, in a way that doesn't feel like performative, because we are performers, but we are not putting our pain on there to be performed. We are healing and showing you that it's possible through our performance.
I really resonated with we're dealing with trauma. And I think the facilitators, Priscilla and Ashley, and any of the other, we've had different other adults, have made it a really safe space. So we spend months building the community and the relationships and the sense of safety where it's okay to be vulnerable and encouraged to be vulnerable. And we are very gentle and loving with each other. So some really important stuff emerges and is shared and then gets written into the script, with our permission. Everything is with our permission. Everything is totally voluntary, and that's really very unique. It's very fun to do theater exercises with each other and play together.
Heavy on the play. I don't think there is a lot of opportunities to work with like intergenerational spaces and be allowed to play, like quite literally play, like theater warm-ups where you're like playing around, dancing around, like there's music, you're awakening every part of your body and your senses. Like that's, to be a child in a space with one another is a really big privilege, I would like to say, especially in the day and age that we live in.
How is performing your stories in an ensemble helping you process trauma related to foster care and adoption?
I was not in foster care per se, not officially, but I did experience separation from my mother for a couple of years after my father died, and I was with relatives. And I'm at my age, I'm still working on how that affected me and seeing at a deeper level and being around other people who have been through that. It just feels really good to be with other people who have experienced that and then be able to express something out loud to an audience of social workers. And it was a sense of empowerment around it rather than being very alone or having that be something in the background that I didn't know how to share with other people.
Folks associate the foster care system and they like encapsulate it as one that like just quite literally like abandonment and misplacement. And those young people go through so much more than just those two like life-changing processes. And I think what Truth Tellers offers them is not just a sense of like, yes, I think it's very important you need folks who come from an experience that you came from, but you also need folks who come from similar experiences but not quite the same, for you to realize that there's a connection, there's a bridge, and that there's other forms of support. And understanding that like their life experiences is not just the foster care system. It's how they've grown up in the hood. It's about the intersectionalities that they exist within. And how can we cater that? And I think that's what's so great about Truth Tellers, that we come from all different walks of life.
What advice would you give to kids that's like not in the foster care or DCF but struggle like with stuff at home?
I grew up with friends in the foster care system. I would definitely say, like, lend a hand to your homie. Like be mindful of your friends. That's what I said. There's one thing I would say to youth right now who are aware of, like, their friends are in the foster care system. Like, be mindful of your friend. Don't put the weight of what's going on in their world on your shoulders, because as young people you can only do so much. But I would always say, like, be mindful of your homie. Like, how you doing? How can I support you? You want to hang out today?
And that's all for our show today. I want to once again thank Mishie and Jenine for joining us. See you next time on Youth Talk.